Hey everybody, we are looking at my waterfall tank from the backside. This is what I like to think of as my secret tank, even though it is just the reverse view of my 40-gallon waterfall tank. And the reason we're back here is because I had just done some work in here the other day, and I've got the tank really nice and clear. You can actually see in there. I do not have the internal tank light on. All we're seeing here is the overhead LED, making it look this vibrant and beautiful in there. And one of the things I noticed when I looked in there was down in this corner I saw what I thought at first was a sculpin, and then as I looked a little closer I realized it's a Clown Pleco. I forgot I had put one in there to help control the algae quite a while ago, and the way it was laying, it wasn't quite up against the glass, it wasn't quite flat on the bottom like it is now, and I thought for sure it was dead. And I watched and I watched and I watched, and I didn't see any gill movement, I didn't see anything. And eventually, when I finally decided it was probably dead, and I was deciding whether it was due to my treatment for my aphid infestation, or if it was possibly simply that it died because this is an unheated tank, it's down low near the floor and in my basement. So the tank temperature here is usually about 68 degrees. It's not a warm tank at all. It doesn't even qualify as tropical temperatures. And I thought for sure it was going to be a debate as to whether or not it was my aphid treatment, or is it possibly just the temperatures in this tank were too low for the fish. And so I gave it a little prod and it moved. Now it doesn't seem real active, so the temperatures in this tank probably are a bit low, and I might want to consider raising them up a bit. But it is still alive. I honestly completely forgot I'd even put it in there. I had to scratch my head a little bit and try to figure out what fish I was looking at. Again, I thought it was one of those little mottled sculpins when I first looked in there, but it didn't quite look right. It looked more stripy than the mottled pattern that you see on the sculpins. I don't actually see any of the sculpins out and about at the moment. I can see one of the flagfish hiding in the roots right there. I don't know how well you can see it or not, but there is a flagfish right there in the roots. And then we've got my molly, and we already saw my gourami. Let's take a walk around to the front of the tank and see if we can see anything. I am still getting a little bit of leaking dripping onto the tray in the back occasionally, and I'm not sure the rhyme or reason behind it. I'm actually in here trying to get the room cleaned up a little bit today, but I had to stop and get some video. So that's what we're looking at from the front now. And it's actually really nice and wide open. I kind of like the fact that I've got my flag lily and everything removed from this corner. I'm really considering taking this piece of wood and either breaking it or cutting it right here and setting it on the edge of the tank so that it does not go down into the tank. You can see that is a lot of wood, and it's really just rotten wood. If I touch it, it crumbles. So that, I think, is what is in large part contributing to how this tank gets so dirty so quickly, and it gets so tannin stained. You know, the aphid infestation is another thing altogether, but I think removing that piece of wood will slow down how quickly my filter gets dirty and how fast the pump starts slowing down, and so on and so forth. So that's probably going to be one of my next little things I do in here. But this is the view as I walked in the room. If you can see right there, that's what I saw. As I walked in, I looked in. Well, actually, I looked in from this upward angle, and you probably won't be able to see it from the glare. But I noticed back there the fish up against the glass, and again, I thought it was one of those sculpins, and that's what led me to walk around the back and check and so on and so forth. And here we are 5 minutes later still talking about it. So there's my red claw crab tank. I did a video last night where I did a water change, and that is what we're supposed to see as far as water flowing in this tank, as opposed to the little tiny trickle we saw last night. So alright everybody, that was just a quick update to let you know that my Clown Pleco is still alive. We haven't lost any fish after my first treatment, and I have not seen any living aphids in here since my first treatment. So cross your fingers, and we'll do a more thorough update later. This was just supposed to be a little look at that Clown Pleco. So thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. You never know what you're going to get with me. And then don't forget, of course, this one here is my Waterfall Tank. So thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon in the next one.